If you work full time, pay your bills, look after your family, and still feel like you should be further ahead than you are, this channel is for you. Not for influencers, not for people making £200,000 a year online, but for normal working people trying to build a better life over time. My name's Rudi Nesta, and I'm restarting this channel properly because I haven't been clear enough about who this is really for and what I actually stand for. So this video is a reset, a clear line in the sand about what this channel is, who it's for, and what you can expect from me going forward. I didn't grow up with a strong understanding of money. No one sat me down and explained finances, careers, long-term planning, or how decisions compound over time. There was no roadmap. Most of what I understand now I have learned later than I would have liked, through mistakes, through trial and error, through trying to figure things out while already working full-time and dealing with real life at the same time. And that's very different from learning this stuff when you're young and having no real responsibilities. When you're figuring it out later, you're doing it alongside bills, work pressure, family commitments, and everything else that comes with adult life. Over time, I've worked in roles close to money, strategy, and decision making. I've also sat on the board of trustees for a financial capability charity, so I've seen how people interact with money from a personal and a structural point of view. And one thing has become very clear. Most people are not lazy, they're not stupid, and they're not failing. They're just operating without systems. They're doing what they were told to do. Work hard, be responsible, earn more over time, but no one ever showed them how to make all of that work together in a way that actually builds long-term security. So what I share here isn't theory, it's not hype, and it's definitely not about shortcuts. It's about building simple, realistic systems that hold up when life is busy, messy, and unpredictable. A lot of people are doing what they're supposed to do. They earn a decent income, they go to work every day, they're reliable, responsible, and they're trying to move forward. But underneath that, there's often a constant low-level pressure. Like you're putting in the effort and not really building momentum. Like you should feel more secure than you do. Like the work you're doing isn't quite translating into progress that you expected. That gap is what I care about. The gap between effort and progress, between responsibility and security, between doing everything right and still feeling stretched. Because the reality is, a lot of people are working hard and still feel financially tight. The average UK household income sits somewhere around the high 30,000 mark. The average person only has a few £1,000s in savings. A large majority of adults say they worry about money regularly, and many people who work full-time feel financially behind. So if you've ever felt like you're doing everything you're supposed to do, but you're still not getting ahead, you're not imagining it, and you're definitely not alone. Most people aren't failing, they're just operating in a system that doesn't automatically lead to stability or long-term progress. It requires structure, it requires intentional decisions, and it requires thinking long-term while still living in the real world day to day. That's the gap this channel is here to help close. First, money systems that reduce stress rather than create it. I'm talking practical things like ISAs, pensions, tax efficiency, mortgage strategy, and long-term wealth building for people on normal incomes. Clear, steady financial structures that support your life rather than complicate it. Second, career thinking that works in the real world. How to negotiate properly, how to position yourself for better opportunities, how to grow your income and protect your time and energy at the same time, progressing without burning yourself out. Third is mindset without the noise. No shouting, no fake urgency, just calm, clear thinking about discipline, consistency, making good decisions over the long term. And fourth, healthy habits that support everything else. Because if you're exhausted, burnt out, or constantly running on empty, none of the money or career work really lands. Energy and health underpin everything. This channel isn't about doing one thing perfectly, it's about doing a few important things consistently and making sensible trade-offs that actually work for your life right now. You won't see rented supercars here, you won't be told to sacrifice your health, your family, or your sanity in the name of success. And you won't be pushed to chase someone else's version of what winning looks like. Progress that costs you everything else isn't progress, it's just delayed regret. This channel isn't about extremes, it's not about hustle culture, it's not about retiring at 30, working 16 hours a day, or turning your life upside down to prove a point. It's about building a life that actually works while you're living it, not just aiming for some distant finish line and hoping everything else holds together in the meantime. If you've ever felt like you're doing what you were told to do, working hard, being responsible, trying to make sensible choices, but the results don't quite match the effort, then what I share here is what will probably resonate. This isn't about becoming a completely different person. It's about putting better structures around your life you already have so it supports you rather than constantly draining you. This channel is for UK working class adults, roughly mid 20s to mid 40s, people with mortgages or rent, childcare, bills, responsibility, people carrying real pressure while trying to build stability in their life at the same time. People who sometimes feel financially behind despite doing what they were told to do. People who are thoughtful and capable but short on time. People who want clarity and direction without the noise. If that sounds like you, you're in the right place. What you'll get here is clear, honest guidance across 4 areas: money, career, health, and mindset, all grounded in real life. No complicated jargon unless I explain it. No advice that only works for a completely different country or lifestyle. Just practical systems and ways of thinking. I don't upload every day, I don't chase every trend, but when I do show up, it will be with something considered, something useful, something you can actually apply to your own life. If this resonates with you, subscribe. Not because I post every day, but because this is where I share how I think about money, work, health, and life in a way that's calm, practical, and sustainable. No extremes, just steady progress that fits around real responsibilities. My aim with this channel is really simple: to help normal working people build better systems to feel more stable, more intentional, and more in control over time. I'm Rudi Nesta, and this is where we build a better structure for your life. I'll see you in the next one.